Howdy gamers, Old Gamer Guy here. I had a chance to spend a little bit of time with the Diablo 2 multiplayer beta, so I thought I'd make a video, show you what that was like. I am playing solo, but for the purposes of this beta, I had to be online. I'll get back to that a little bit later in the video. We're going to go ahead and watch this opening video for the game. But if you want to skip to gameplay, it starts at about 10:36. So let's check this out.
So, Marius, at last I find you.
Tyrael, yes, now I recognize you. I should have known you'd travel in disguise. They're always watching.
I've been searching for you for a long time, Marius. I was rather beginning to think you didn't want to be found.
Oh, forgive me, Tyrael, please. It wasn't my fault.
Not your fault. Tell me, Marius, how was it not your fault?
The Wanderer. Yes, it was the Wanderer. My days in the Rogue Citadel seem so long ago. I sought refuge from my memories in the company of other outcasts, high in the mountains past the Eastern Gate. Sleep for days at a time. For when I dreamt, the memories would return. Memories of the monastery and the evil which had claimed it. Dreams, memories. I couldn't tell the difference anymore. Had the evil from my dreams followed me at my heels? How had he found me here? How could this broken shell of a man, barely able to carry the weight of his own sword, be the burning terror which drove me to hide here? He seemed to have demons of his own. He struggled to contain. He was losing. As I watched, I became convinced that I was truly mad. The terror, the destruction, the evil I witnessed, how else could I explain them? Were these the demons from my dream, or were they born within the Wanderer? Why did I follow him? I don't know. Why do things happen as they do in dreams? All I know is that when he beckoned, I had to follow him. And from that moment, we traveled together east. Always into the east.
Okay, so the beta made me create a BattleNet account. I assume the final game will require that as well. This beta is online. In the final game, you can create an offline character, but I suspect that the game itself will still have to be connected online, but that's just speculation, really. But you can see here in the normal game, we will be able to create online and offline characters. There is at least one moment during the gameplay you're about to see where I obviously lag a little bit, and I will point that out when it happens, but I don't think it happened very often. We need to choose a character, and it looks like we have, in the regular game, we will have 7 different characters to choose from. I'm surprised how many of these are playable in the beta, but I am going to play as the Druid just because none of these characters are bald with a beard, so that's very disappointing. But I'm just going to go ahead and choose this Druid here. Here we have the various game modes. We have non-ladder and ladder, which I guess is basically whether you want to participate in a leaderboard or not. Then you have standard and hardcore, which is whether your character will resurrect when slain. And then you have expansion or classic. You can play the original Diablo 2 before the Lord of Destruction expansion if you want to. So we'll go ahead and choose our character name here. There's my standard name. I'm usually either Strum or Strummer if I have a name. Frank Strummer if I have a first name and a last name. Strum is usually my name for a fantasy game like this. So here we go. I'm creating a solo game. I could look for a party and play with random people because there is co-op if I would like to play that way. You might have noticed the screen get a little darker right there. I was trying to be sneaky and edit out a part of the video where I went into the options and I adjusted the brightness and all that, and then I faded the 2 clips together, but I didn't take into account that the brightness would automatically lower when it faded into the next clip. Just a little Share Factory shenanigans for you. Here you can see a loading screen. It's obviously kind of lengthy, but this is a beta, so who knows what that means really. But this is kind of a lengthy loading screen. So here we are in town, and there are a few people to talk to.
Oh, greetings, stranger. I'm not surprised to see your kind here. Many adventurers have traveled this way since the recent troubles began.
I implore you, stranger, please help us. Find a way to lift this terrible curse, and we will pledge our loyalty to you for all time.
Okay, so here we go, heading out into the wilderness. You can probably tell that this game is not 1080p or especially not 4K. This is actually 800 by 600. And there is another choice for resolution in the options, but it's even lower. So I'm playing on 800 by 600 here. You can see it gets nice and dark during the nighttime in this game. I always like that. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine that a lot of games that have a night and day cycle don't get dark enough. There you saw an experience shrine. If you played Diablo 3, you know what the shrines are. Here is a look at the basic leveling up screen. It is an RPG, so you get points to spend. Nothing too revolutionary there.
Turn back. I can tell that you need more experience to fight safely in the next wilderness.
That character stops you from moving into an area you can't handle yet, which I thought was kind of a cool feature, but never mind that. Here we are at the Den of Evil. This is our first destination. We've got zombies. There's a health shrine. Unfortunately, though, I am just about out of inventory space. So I'm going to have to go all the way back to town and talk to this guy. And there we have a look at his shop and the inventory system. I think this is basically the same inventory system that Diablo 3 had, if I remember correctly. I played the hell out of Diablo 3. I maxed out every type of character, but it has been a long time since I played. But here we are back in the cave. We've got zombies to deal with. We've got some type of these fallen. They remind me of like demonic little imps or something. But the fallen shaman is back there, and you'll notice that these dead fallen are resurrecting. So you have to take care of the fallen shaman, otherwise that will just keep happening. I wonder if you could just keep getting more and more experience that way. That might be a good way to get a bunch of experience, actually. And speaking of experience, here is the skill tree. I've got a few points to spend. As a druid, I have elemental skills, shape-shifting skills, summoning skills, and then every character has general skills. Swinging your sword is a skill. But I'm getting a few skills here, and at the end of the video you will see me using all of them. Here you can see you can bind your skills to different buttons. It looks like you can have 12 skills equipped at once, but like I said, keep in mind things like swinging a sword are counted as a skill. So I'm not sure how that differs between the characters, but here we are killing our last few fallen in this cave. I like the way the AI will run away when it's kind of when it gets scared. But there you can see a nice little ray of sunshine effect that happens when you actually clear the cave. And here we are. We're going to get into a little bit of combat here to wrap up the video. So you can see I have a raven that is following me around, and it is attacking people. And then you can also see there's something under the ground that follows me around when I move. And it's a vine that pops up out of the ground, and I think it's poisoning the enemies. So that's pretty cool. Those are two very useful abilities right out of the gate. And then you're going to see me also shoot some fire here. And then finally I'm going to turn into a werewolf. That's right, I'm going to become a werewolf. There we go. There was a little bit of lag right there. The server lost track of where my character was, and so I suddenly appeared over there next to that wall. But I think that will about do it for this Diablo 2 video. I really enjoy this. It might be a little bit too old for some people, but this is yet another classic game that I never played, and I'm happy to be able to play it now. So I'm definitely going to buy this. These maps, the layouts for these maps are randomly generated, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that, but old school Diablo was much more randomly generated than Diablo 3 was. And I personally like that. Some people don't, but I like the replayability aspect of it. So if I was to log out right here and then log back in, the layout for this area would be different. Which I think is cool, but some people don't like that. But I guess we're kind of ending on an underwhelming note, but that'll do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I always enjoy making them. So yeah, as always, thanks for watching.